This season has the potential to be very, very special for Arsenal. Now, I acknowledged the hypocrisy quite early on. I know it wasn't that long ago after the draw against Man City that I thought that Arsenal were maybe at a point under Mikel Arteta in which we weren't going to get over the line because I was struggling to see an intent to go and grab the big trophies. But I have to say that the performances against Newcastle, Olympiacos, Fulham, West Ham, and of course that win against Atletico Madrid has changed my tune massively. That's what we do as football fans. We see the latest results, we're a little bit fickle, and we react to that as well. And that's not to forget what happened against Man City and against Liverpool at Anfield, where I felt there were missed opportunities. But I've seen so much in the games since that draw against Man City at the Emirates that it's really given me more hope than I've probably ever had that Arsenal can actually go and do something really, really special this season. And what I want to do in this video is go through the data why, because it's not just me feeling good, feeling the vibes of some really good results. There's some really, really crucial data that moves Arsenal into a conversation I don't think we've been in for quite a while. I know under Mikel Arteta we've been in these conversations before, but I think this season there's that tag of favourites, and that's really interesting, isn't it? So we're going to go through that. I also want to address something I said on Loose Cannons. Jordan was talking about season review videos. We made a little bit of a joke, and I think in this video, while I made a joke about doing a season review on the channel, what I actually am doing a little bit is a little bit of looking back at what we've done and why the data that we've been seeing so far is telling us that we can be more hopeful than ever before. So shout out to Jordan. We had a bit of a laugh. The Loose Cannons podcast with Shark as a guest is out now, so go check that out. Now into the meat of the video, we've got Arsenal as favourites to win the Premier League title, as you can see from some odds here, and second favourites in the Champions League ahead of Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Real Madrid and Man City. I've never known this of Arsenal ever in my life. Never seen my club talked about as the favourites to win the Premier League on the 23rd of October and top two behind the champions to win the Champions League, which tells you how Arsenal not just being viewed within the fan base, where there can always be a little bit of hope and delusion and things like that, but the outside world are looking at Arsenal and going, wow, there's something special here. And the context around this, that Arsenal are doing it without Martin Odegaard, their captain, who's picked up his third injury of the season. Noni Madueke looked electric when he came into the team as a £55 million signing. Kai Havertz, who we know Mikel Arteta loves and rates and gives a lot of minutes to, and Gabriel Jesus, who we know on his day is a top player. So with those four key players in the attacking third missing, Arsenal is still playing some brilliant football and getting some crucial results. And I think that's why set pieces aren't concerning me. We'll go through that, that data in a little bit, but the reason set pieces aren't concerning me is because, and when I say concerning, that whole reliability chat, the it's not sustainable chat. Firstly, Arsenal have been doing this since the 21-22 campaign when Nicolas Jova arrived. We've been really efficient from set pieces, and yes, the media's talking about it now and has done for the last year, but for years and years coaches have been trying to figure it out and they haven't been able to. So I don't really worry about the sustainability element of it, but also Arsenal are playing great football. We could easily have scored a goal from open play against Fulham. Okay, maybe against Fulham, but certainly against Atletico Madrid, and certainly in other games like Newcastle away, we were worthy of goals from open play against the likes of Newcastle, Atletico, who are very stubborn defences, very difficult to play against because of the football we played. It happened to be that the set pieces got us out of jail a little bit and got us the opening goal. But I don't worry about Arsenal's ability to create chances like I have done in previous seasons, because we're showing this year that we're capable of fashioning chances from the quality of our football through the lines and the players we've got on the pitch, just making some magic happen. But it's great that we are scoring from set pieces and we've got that weapon too, because look at the rate at which we're doing it. We've got here the set piece goals and who they've come against. One against United with two against Leeds and Forest. Forest was interesting. I mean, obviously it's a Zubimendi header from a well-worked free kick and then a good strike from distance, but I still count them as set piece goals. 2 against Newcastle, 1 against Fulham, 2 against Atletico. That's 10 in all competitions so far this season. And again, people might think, is that not a little bit over-reliant? But there's plenty to be encouraged by. This comment on X from Nadir says, a huge open play improvement. Away against Newcastle, West Ham and Fulham, where of course we struggled last season. We'll look at that in a sec. Arsenal's open play XG from last season was 1.77. This season, it's at 4.39. It's a massive, massive jump where we took 1 point from 9 points last season in those exact fixtures. This season, not only have we taken 9 from 9, but the open play XG is far, far greater. And Arsenal have managed to marry an upping in open play chance creation and quality and guile and invention, and actually endeavour to go score goals with an incredibly sturdy set of defensive numbers. David Wall with the post here on X saying that Arsenal conceded 1.52 XG in their opening game of the season versus Man United. Since then, and you can all look at the numbers, not once have we conceded more than 1 XG in any of our games. It's an extraordinary 0.52 against Liverpool, 0.87 against Man City, Atletico Madrid 0.67, away at Fulham 0.44, Newcastle 0.61 at St James's Park. An incredible set of data there from a defensive perspective. So while Arsenal have been able to be a little bit more expansive on the attacking front, be a little bit more inventive and show endeavour and be creative, we've managed to keep incredibly tight to the back, which shows how much as Arsenal progress. They haven't had to concede too much defensively or move away from their defensive principles to really open up what they want to do in the attacking third as well. Some more key stats I think are really encouraging. Arsenal stats and ranking for expected goal difference, expected goals against, and the goal difference. As you can see, we rank first for expected goal difference, fourth for expected goals, first for expected goals against, and first for goal difference with 12 goal difference. And of course, the key stat is that we're at the top of the table. Thought it'd also be interesting to look at the fixtures that we've cleared so far and how they rank to last season. Man United, of course, from drawing last year, we've gone and got the win. The only thing we've gone backwards in here is the Liverpool draw became a defeat this season, and Man City, where we beat them 5-1, has become a draw this year. So what's that? That's 3 points less than last season. But when you look at everything else, it's been either matched or bettered, meaning that Arsenal, of course, not having played Leeds last season, are averaging 2.38 points per game from those fixtures, where last season it was 1.28, and we know that we drew a lot of games too. And this year, Arsenal are managing to get those wins, even in tighter games like Fulham away, Newcastle away, Man United away, where they're won by 1-goal margins. Arsenal have been deservedly winning those games and actually finding a way, whether it be by a set piece or something else. In fact, it's set pieces, actually, that have got us those wins in those tighter games with all 4 goals in those games. Like I mentioned, United, Newcastle and Fulham coming from set pieces. So there we go. Arsenal playing a great attacking football. We're talking about the numbers and how that's evolved, but set pieces are playing a part too. So all this comes to the kind of title that we've been discussing. Should we be favourites for these things? And is this going to be a special season? Now, I've made this video more to just go into the data and explain why it could be special, why we should be excited about it. My general feeling around it is there is a feeling and a vibe that sometimes comes with the season, and you can't quite put your finger on it. It's just an energy. And I think the Emirates has that right now. I think the travelling fans have that right now. I think the online space, I think however you're watching Arsenal Football Club, I think most people are feeling that vibe and energy. And I think it was really captured by the Eze signing and the unveiling. But I think since then there's been something about Arsenal that has been, apart from the first 45 minutes against Man City, there's been something about Arsenal, whether it be the set piece again, ole ole, whether it be the last minute equaliser against City and winner against Newcastle, whether it be destroying Atletico Madrid, whether it be getting really, really crucial wins and clearing some massive fixtures. Because you look at those I just mentioned, we've been to Old Trafford, we've been to Anfield, we've been to St James's Park, we've played City, and we've turned around 1 point from 9 last season to 9 points out of 9 this year. So Arsenal have cleared some massive hurdles and some typically difficult games and sit top of the table for it. With the football we're playing, with the way we're playing, it feels sustainable. The question is, should we be favourites? I keep saying that for me, Erling Haaland, Pep Guardiola, Mo Salah, Van Dijk, these are people who have done it before, got over the line, and there's a trust in them to deliver in the big moments. I think Arsenal players, quite a lot of them are on the cusp of that. Some I think you can give the world-class tag to already, but I think a lot of them are on the cusp of being those players you trust to get it done. But until they have, that just won't quite be there. I feel like Arsenal are favourites because when you look at the whole package, people are saying, well, how do you stop these guys? Now, things change very quickly in football. You have your ups and your downs. You have your moments. You have your patches of form. Arsenal will have a tricky patch at some point this season, and they will have a bad result. It could be Palace on the weekend. Of course, I hope it's not. It could be in December where it looks like a more favourable run, but suddenly, you've drawn 2 games you weren't expecting to. That will come for Arsenal. Liverpool, City, en route to winning titles, had weird results in there. So what we do is don't panic when that happens. Stick by the team, because I think they're showing that the ideas are there this year and they've shown a jump forward. So let's see if they can continue that. I don't know if we should be favourites, but I'm believing more than ever that we could come away with our first major European trophy ever. First ever Champions League. I feel like we can do that. I believe more than I've ever believed as an Arsenal fan. And I believe we can win the title more than I've ever believed too. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on all that. And hopefully Arsenal do it, not just for us as the fans, but I think the players deserve that recognition too. I think a lot of them are playing at the level worthy of silverware and titles. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hit the like button. If you did enjoy this video, hype the video as well. That's a new feature. So if you want more people to see it, do give it a hype. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. We're nearly at 60k. And let's hope that this season does pan out to be a very special one. I think it could be.